it's an issue. It might affect us.
कोई भी इस सिचुएशन के अंदर कोई पैनिक हो सकता है, किसी को एंग्जाइटी हो सकती है, स्ट्रेस आ सकता है. सो उस सिचुएशन में आपको क्या करना चाहिए?
Me and my like siblings, who's also based here, we had a discussion about the news, but it wasn't really so much of like a concern. We just like talked about like the news in general, like any other news.
Yesterday only हम लोगों को एक ईमेल आया था जिसपे ड्रिल के बारे में मेंशन किया गया था, and it obviously it's for safety precautions and everything, and they mentioned the dates also when the drill is going to be taking, and you have to take care, and they just mentioned every single thing. You have to be really cautious. आप आराम से जाना, इधर नहीं जाना, उधर नहीं जाना. I guess it will be difficult for the people who are coming from India to come here. उनके लिए यहाँ पर अब वीज़ा और उन सब के लिए स्ट्रिक्टनेस हो जाएगी.
People who are responsible should be brought to justice, and hopefully it gets settled.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं आपके साथ वर्षा राय और आप देख रहे हैं एबीपी लाइव. मेरे साथ आज कनाडा से मेरे खास दोस्त जुड़ चुके हैं. सबसे पहले तो उनका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है एबीपी लाइव पर. फर्स्ट मैं चाहूंगी कि दर्शकों को एक बार आप सभी एक एक करके अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करवा दीजिए.
I am an Indian, but I'm a Canadian student, and I just came last year. I'm pursuing media communications here. Ram.
Oh yeah, so similar to Redeema, I'm also a student that came from like the Philippines. It's basically like a little over a year that I've been here in Toronto. So yeah, that's it.
Same with Ram. I'm Justin. I came from the Philippines as well. Been studying here over a year ago. Yeah, we all are taking media communications.
Yeah, we're in the same program.
Yeah, we're in the same program.
और कैसा चल रहा है? How things are going over there?
I guess I speak for like most international students. It's a little bit like challenging, of course. We're far from our like family and stuff.
Yes.
But generally, it's okay. You get to meet like new people like from different parts of the world. So yeah, it's generally been a really great past year for us.
मुझे अच्छा लगा यहाँ पे कि मेरे सब फ्रेंड्स बने एंड मेरे को इतने लोग मिले, पर स्टिल इंडिया की कमी तो रहती है. सो मैं ट्राई करती हूँ कि मैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंडिया आ सकूँ. Justin, just tell your experience.
Yeah, for me it's more of like an adventure, meeting new people, like Ram said, but it's more of like an adventure, exploring areas, exploring places, and exploring the culture here in Canada, and meeting new people.
Okay. So you guys must be aware of the political conflict going on between India and Canada. Do you have any idea, guys?
Well, yeah, actually, well, the past few days, like in social media, I've been seeing a lot of like, posts and stuff like that. But generally, my only exposure of it is like in social media, and the news. So in terms of like having like a deeper understanding of what the issues are and the factors to consider, I don't really have a really in-depth view of it. So I guess my opinions are just based on what I see in
On social media. Yeah,
Social
same
media.
On
with
social media. Okay. रिधिमा, सोशल मीडिया पर जो चीजें दिखाई जा रही हैं, बोली जा रही हैं, दोनों की तरफ से, कनाडा की तरफ से, इंडिया की तरफ से जो बयानबाजी चल रही है, आपको भी उतना ही पता है?
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess I heard about the news from मतलब मेरे को भी इसके मॉम डैड के थ्रू ही पता चला इंडिया से कि वहाँ पे ये हो रहा है, रिद्धिमा ध्यान रखना है और ऐसे करना है. I don't know, maybe because जो इंसिडेंट हुआ, it happened in Surrey, which is pretty far from the city we live. It's in Toronto. We are in Toronto and it happened in Surrey. I don't know why, and इतना ज्यादा हाईलाइट नहीं हुआ. हमें भी इंस्टाग्राम एंड उन सब से ही पता चला.
जस्टिन?
To be honest, I wasn't aware at first. I've heard news about it, and actually, I'm taking an elective about it, like about news. And somebody told me. Actually, my wife told me about it, and kind of glanced on what happened. And again, my opinion is also based on whatever is presented to me by what I consume in terms of the news and media. So I know I'm not fully aware, and like I'm not 100% knowledgeable about it, but I knew at least the the tip of the iceberg of the story. So yeah.
अच्छा, अब आप सभी वहां पे पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, कुछ ना कुछ परस्यू कर रहे हैं और आप लोगों को काफी टाइम भी वहां पर हो चुका है। कोई गाइडलाइन आपको इस कोर्स जो आप परस्यू कर रहे हैं उस दौरान दी गई है आपके कॉलेज अथॉरिटी के जरिए?
येस्टरडे ओनली हम लोगों को एक ईमेल आया था जिसपे ड्रिल के बारे में मेंशन किया गया था, एंड इट obviously it's for safety precautions and everything, and they mentioned the dates also when the drill is going to be, it's going to be taking, and you have to be take care, don't, and they just mentioned every single thing. So एक ऑडियो प्ले करेंगे वो, एंड उसमें कोई अनाउंसमेंट हो रही होगी, एंड हमें इतना ही बोला गया, एंड सब टाइमिंग मेंशन करके रखी थी, बोला था कि ये इट्स जस्ट अ ड्रिल, इट्स नॉट हैपनिंग इन रियलिटी, तो आप लोगों को पुलिस को कॉल नहीं करना। एंड देन दे मेंशन कि कोई भी इस सिचुएशन के अंदर कोई पैनिक हो सकता है, किसी को एंग्जाइटी हो सकती है, स्ट्रेस आ सकता है, सो उस सिचुएशन में आपको क्या करना चाहिए। यहाँ पे इतना वो नहीं है जितना ज्यादा स्ट्रेस एंड वो न्यूज में कन्वे कर रहे थे कि यू हैव टू बी रियली कॉशियस, आप आराम से जाना, इधर नहीं जाना, उधर नहीं जाना। आई गेस इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर द पीपल हु आर कमिंग फ्रॉम इंडिया टू कम हियर, उनके लिए यहाँ पर अब वीजा एंड उन सब के लिए स्ट्रिक्टनेस हो जाएगी, पर अदर देन दैट हमारी लाइक टोरंटो सिटी में इतना नहीं है। डू यू नो एनीथिंग अबाउट द ड्रिल टेक्स्ट?
Yeah, I actually received an email yesterday, but I guess like similar to both Justin and Redeema, because we've had multiple drills like the previous year, and I guess the same also for most of the students. You tend to just like, oh, it will happen when it happens. You don't really like prepare for it or like worry yourself about whatever. Because again, the way the message was sent was, again, it's a drill. So I guess
Yeah, and they said that it's a annual drill which happens every year, so don't, it's not something special. They just mentioned it that it's very normal.
And after this political conflict, any issue you guys have faced over there, being over there? कोई भी आपने issue face किया है अभी तक?
It's an issue. It might affect us, but people
Is
can.
there any fear about it?
No fear.
Do you
Actually,
have
no
any
fear
fear?
as of now. It's kind of a concern, but it's not really serious for us as students. It's good to know that we are aware of it, but as of the moment, it's not really bothering us.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for if we see the trade and relations between Canada and India. But as of a student and as people we living here, we don't think there is any problem.
Yeah.
There would be problem in those cities where there are Sikh majority over there, or I guess.
like for me personally, right now, since I guess like the news is fresh and like foreign policy doesn't really change as quickly, right? So at the moment, I think like at our level, students and whatever, I don't see like any major issue. Maybe like in the future, I guess. Again, the news is fairly fresh, and it might be too early for us to like
Give any comment.
comments on like how it affects the general population, or maybe like student visa or whatever, because I guess that can also be affected by it. But yeah, I also think that Canada as a government in general, and this is just like my opinion, wouldn't have, I mean, wouldn't really make any changes in terms of like their foreign policy, especially with regards to immigration, simply because of this isolated incident. So again, whatever issues they might have with the with the death of one of like
Canadians.
yeah, I guess it wouldn't really affect.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to it. I mean, there's such thing as diplomacy as well. Like, yeah, it happened, and maybe people would talk about it and try to settle it, investigate who is the real culprit, and there must be evidence, right? And we follow those. So I think it's a process too, for both countries, and hopefully it's for the better. So
Any concern by your parents or relatives that you guys are working and pursuing your courses over there? आप लोग वहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं, तो कोई कॉल आपके पेरेंट्स या रिलेटिव्स की तरफ से आ रहा है कि भैया थोड़ा संभल के रहिएगा, या यहाँ मत जाइए, वहां मत जाइए? कुछ ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है रिधिमा?
Yesterday only I got a call from my parents, and they were like, बी केयरफुल, डोंट गो आउटसाइड, घूमने की जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, कॉलेज भी छोड़ दियो, और ऐसे मतलब मामा यहाँ पे सब अभी तो एकदम कूल है. आई गेस अभी इट्स कूल बिकॉज इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज स्टिल गोइंग ऑन एंड अभी तक कोई फाइन नहीं पता चला है. मे बी दैट्स व्हाई एवरीथिंग, देयर इज नथिंग कॉम्प्लिकेटेड गोइंग ऑन.
They might know the news, but it's more of like just a normal news, like some of the news that we kind of ignored.
Yeah.
Because I feel for my friends like Redima, like they would probably call our Indian friends here and ask them, give them advice to be cautious or something. But for us, nothing has changed. Like how we see our friends here are the same, still the same. So
Did you get a call or something?
Well, me and my like siblings, who's also based here, we had a discussion about the news, but it wasn't really so much of like a concern. We just like talked about like the news in general, like any other news. So, but if it's a question of whether they're like concerned, not really that much, I guess. So, no concerns from like my family and my relatives here.
चलिए, हमसे बात करने के लिए आप तीनों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया एंड विश यू ऑल लक फॉर द फ्यूचर और बी सेफ, बी हेल्दी. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you.
Thank you.